Hey guys, Trev from Zero 4x4 and I'm here at the Melbourne Caravan and Camping Show 2024. This video, we've done a few Jpod videos, so have a look at how to accessorize. We've got lots of videos on Jpod, putting awnings on, but this video we're going to compare the old model pre-2021 to the brand new 2024 Jpod Sport and Outback. So let's have a look and see what JAYCO have done over the years to change our little Jpods. Some good, some bad. Check out the vid. I think we'll start with the front of the Jpod Sport. There'd be probably a little bit more emphasis on the Sport because I have a Sport. When the Jpod, I found the Jpod at the Adelaide, memory come up this week on Facebook actually, I found my Jpod, the Adelaide Caravan Camping Show, and it had a big ugly tunnel tank connected to it. But immediately I thought, what a fantastic concept to have a hardtop camper with a kitchen, water, the whole kit and caboodle, and you're off the ground. And I just thought fantastic. I knew that I'd never ever use the tunnel tent, but I also knew that I would put a Darchi or an equivalent 270 awning on it, because that way covers the back door, gives you plenty of space, like a lounge room, undercover area. It just makes a lot of sense. So let's have a look at the start and have a look at the front of this fantastic little Jpod Sport. On the front, they're still using a standard hitch. So I know a lot of the Jpodder guys have changed over to DO35. I know the X and the Outback both have DO35, but this is still using a standard hitch, same as on the older model, so that's all fine. The toolbox hasn't changed on 2024. This one's actually locked, I can't open it up, but I'm assuming the gas bottle's in there as it was on mine. It's got the divider in the middle. I can't imagine them changing much on that. And what they have added on here on the 2024 is a solar panel. So I'm guessing that's around 200 watt. It's fixed and bolted, not just Sikaflexed on like some of the other panels. And the other bonus, I guess, well, it's not a bonus but a necessity, it's got air flowing underneath the solar panel, which is needed because they do put out a bit of heat. So I don't necessarily think a Jpod needs a solar panel. I think you have to camp in the sun. It dictates where you camp. I think portable solar is far more efficient, and reality is you're not running that much on a Sport or an Outback for that matter. Bright fridges, different kettle of fish. Moving around the front, the handle's still the same. One of the things I have noticed here on the kitchen area, the drawer is still facing the front of the camper with the same lid, so pretty much the same. One of the big changes, and I don't necessarily think it's a good thing, it's powder coated, this one, where on the older model it is stainless steel, which makes a huge difference. I think it looks nicer. I just think stainless steel is far better wearing than this. So that's, for me, it's a no. The sink has changed a little bit. So on ours, we've got a different tap. Pretty much the same with the cover. It's a Dometic sink. I'm guessing it's a whole Dometic kitchen really. So it's changed a little bit in terms of that. The actual cabinet hasn't changed, it's all the same. Still has the 12 volt outlet and the 240 volt. Now it's really handy because often we never ever put the fridge in the camper. It's just too hard, there's not enough space at the end of the bed. So our fridge generally lives in the car, but if we're staying for a longer period, we'll put it here next to the spare wheel and we'll plug it into this point here, which is quite handy. Still has a window on the side and still has one single light. Now on our Jpod Sport, we've actually put a big long LED. It just gives far better light. One of the big improvements on the newer model Jpods is the bigger rack. Now I'm told these are rated at 300 kilos. I'd love to see that actually tested, but you know, that's what they say, 300 kilos. But I like the 3 rails. On the older model, I have a 2-rail rack, so it's quite different. But the 2-rail rack is still adequate enough for a 270 awning, so that's not really an issue. Still has the vent on the top. It has, I think here, an Anderson plug. Yep, it's got an Anderson plug here. So you can plug into your power in terms of external solar. I don't agree with the battery box. I know due to regulations they've got to put the battery externally, but the battery on the front, some of the river crossings I do with my Jpod Sport, one rock that's going to get damaged, ripped off. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think they could think about it a little bit better. It's a cheap solution. I don't like it. I never liked it on the X, and this is the first time I've seen it on the Sport, and I'm guessing over to my left here the Outback will be the same. I think they just need to think about where they're putting this really, really long box. On the inside, lots of changes have happened on the inside, and I don't like it. I think storage is really paramount in these units, because you don't want to be having to have stuff here on the floor in front of the bed. So on the older models, they've actually got 3 compartments up here, where on the new model they only have 2, and I think because they've moved the window somehow up, whether they've made the bed, I'll have to do some measurements once we start comparing the older model. But the interior, it's changed a lot, and I don't necessarily like the fact that they've gone from 3 compartments to 2 compartments. Now, one of the things they've changed on here, which is, I don't actually mind the tubs, but they've actually put a cupboard here with a couple of shelves. Now, for me, it looks smarter, it looks nicer, it looks complete. The tubs don't look complete, but for me the tubs are practical because we can put all our kitchen stuff in there, all our utensils, everything kind of works. So we've got pots and pans, that sort of stuff. The tubs work for us, not for everybody, because I see on the Jpod group people make lots and lots of different changes, and they've put cupboards in here and they put different drawers in here, and that's okay. There's no bad idea, that's just what suits you yourself personally. Still got the 2 cabinets at the back. I like that. It's good for, particularly with a Darty 270, you can leave your straps in there, easy to grab. We put tissues in there, just the simple, easy things to grab. So I still like that. Fire extinguisher built in. You got your switches, your power switches there. That's pretty much the same. What they have done here is the master switch for the power is on the outside. So the master switch for the outside and the 240 volt plug are here on the outside. Now, I don't know whether I like the master switch being on the outside, because if you're away from camp and kids come around and start playing with your power and turn off your power, it could potentially turn off your fridge. I don't know. I'm undecided whether I like the power on the outside, but having it on the inside kind of completes the unit. The underneath of the unit is pretty much the same. So I've still got your leaf spring suspension on the Sport. That hasn't really changed much. So the Sport still comes with, I'm pretty sure this is a 2.5 awning, but it still comes with a standard awning. The one that came with mine in 2017 is actually on the other side, so I moved it to the other side. So on a really hot day, it gives us a fair bit of shelter and protection from the sun on the Jpod. But having the Darty 270 gives me fantastic coverage when it's hot, and particularly when it's wet. This is certainly one big change that I've just noticed. They've actually put all the water connections underneath, pretty much behind the battery box, down on the bottom side. And on the pre-21 models, they've actually got a little cabinet, a lock-up cabinet, so no one can tamper with your water. This is disappointing, because the cabinet for me I like because I can lock it. It's tamper-proof, where anybody can access your water here. And this is a very, very cheap solution, and just another cutting cost sort of thing on the old Jpod, like not having stainless steel kitchen and so on. The system here, very disappointing. One of the big changes, I'm a bit croaky this morning, but one of the big changes between the older model and the new model is the amount of space that you get here in the back of the unit. Now, I measured mine last night and I had a little over 800. Now, I'm measuring the brand spanking new one and I got about 75. So it's a difference between a bigger fridge. For us, I know a lot of the guys in the Jpod group, they'll put cupboards here or an upright fridge and that sort of thing. For us, we don't. We like to have the open space here when we're camping. So we don't put anything here. The fridge will live outside in the kitchen area. Generally, if we've got a bag of clothes or whatever, we put them underneath the back here. We keep this area here completely clear so we can hop out of bed, not trip over anything, particularly in the middle of the night when you've got to go do a twinkle. It's nice to have that nice area where you can put your feet, sit at the end of the bed, nice and simple. But one of the things I don't like about the newer models is the fact they've shortened this area here. And how I realised this, I had a 69 litre Mike Coolman fridge, and the 69 litre Mike Coolman fridge sat in here no worries. On the newer models we tried it and it's gone, oh hello, it doesn't fit anymore. So now you're limited to the size of the fridge you've got here. It also means over where the cupboards are, I'll just move the camera, over where the cupboards are, where you've got the tubs, you've actually got less space there as well. So the tubs are much wider than that cupboard. You're actually losing space right across the board at the back of the new models. So I'm not sure why JAYCO did this, it's kind of weird. They certainly did. So you've got a shorter distance in here, smaller storage space, less storage space up the top where they used to have 3 compartments, now they have 2. So there are definitely some negatives on the new shape. Okay, let's have a look at a 2017, a very well used 2017 Sport. Now, there's been plenty of videos made on this and it's really modified for us. So it's got a lot of stuff on it that a normal model wouldn't have. However, some of the things that I like about this model over the current model is the fact that I've got a full stainless steel kitchen. That's some bloody hammered tin thing. This is a very nice kitchen. The stainless is easy to clean. It looks after itself. It's a bit dusty because it's we're down in Talbotville camping and it's super dusty here. A lot of smoke around too. But the stainless steel kitchen for us is just a no-brainer. It's on really strong runners. It's just quality. That's the first thing I note. Now we've got a picnic table on the side of ours that we put on afterwards, so that didn't come with the unit. So that's definitely one change. I put the Bush Ranger, the original Bush Ranger awning on the opposite side. For us, it's really been beneficial because on a really, really hot day, it actually gives you more shade over the unit. And Bush Ranger is a good quality brand. I see now they put Kings and all sorts of rubbish on the Jpods now, which is very disappointing because Australian manufacturer, you'd expect a lot more. That's one thing. Now the other thing, while I'm on this side, I haven't got the keys on me, but that's the water intake, so it's tamper proof. Now you saw on the current model they've put a piece of tin on the drawbar. This actually has a cabinet. It has the place to put your hose to fill, but it's all tamper proof. No one can get to your fills and put yucky stuff in there or tamper with it, because that happens. So for me, that's one more thing that they've cheapened up on the current model, is the fact that you've got a tamper proof water filling area or cabinet. You'll have to excuse the mess. I'm actually lone camping this weekend, but on the inside there's a lot of changes. So up the top here in the 2017 or pre-2021, you've actually got 3 cabinets either side for storage. Now, for me, it's a no-brainer storage for a little unit like this. Why would you design it differently post-2021 and get rid of some of the storage? I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't understand why they would do that. I guess you can hear in my voice the disappointment, because if I was to buy another Jpod, I really would have loved the Outback, but it wasn't available when I bought this baby. I would have loved the Outback. The independent suspension would have been terrific. However, for me right now, I would be buying a pre-2021. I get a better kitchen. I get more storage, more cabinets. Now, even this space here, we talked about it in the first part. I've got bug mesh up here, so I'm holding the bug mesh back, but I've actually got more space at the end of the bed. Now, for me, they're not a caravan. They're a bed on wheels, solid roof, no canvas. It's simple, it's easy. That's what Jpod living is about. It's simplicity. It's really cool. But at the back here, I've actually got more space. So, I don't know. I can put a much bigger fridge than what I can on a current model. So, I haven't worked out I haven't looked close enough on a current model to see why they made the changes. Why there's less space here at the end. Why you've got less cabinets. Why you've got a tin kitchen. Why the water cabinet is a piece of tin on the drawbar. There's a lot of whys from 2017 to 2024 where you're paying a lot more for your camper for a lot less. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, this is a 2017 Jpod Sport. Certainly one of the changes in the new model is the J Hub, which is a better battery management system by BM Pro, I'm pretty sure. So it is a much better battery system. Full solar that I can take anywhere, find the sun. Once I'm camped, I can't keep moving the camper to find the sun. So for me, this works far better. It's far more efficient. But the trick to the longevity of this battery, I think, is the fact that I've regularly charged it. So that certainly helps your batteries. The BM Pro, the J Hub, would be kind of cool in this. That's one thing that they've definitely done better in the new model, definitely. As you've seen on other videos, next to my water filling cabinet, the white vent here, which you won't see on normal Jpods, is the heater vent for the hot water system, because this is running the ultra rapid hot water system, which works really well on a Jpod. It's not cheap to fit, but awesome to have, because it gives you normality. And you'll see that on my other videos. I've got more footage on the actual hot water system. This video is not necessarily about the X model, but I criticised the X model when I did the comparison between the X and the Outback about lack of storage. But JAYCO have actually increased the height of the bed and put some storage under the bed. For me, it was something this particular model really needed. On the new X and the new Outback, they've actually changed the colour to this olive green. I don't mind it. I think it's a bit of a change, but they've changed the colour on this. Not much else has changed that I can see from the original video I did on the X and the Outback, but I do like the fact that they've increased maybe they've listened to my videos, I don't know. But I'm really pleased that they've actually increased the bed height to make some storage, because for me, with the Jpod, having the ability to stack under the bed your portable toilets, your matting, all the stuff you don't want to have to pack on your bag. Plus, when you arrive somewhere, you want to just be able to go to bed. And if you've got everything loaded on top of your bed, it absolutely makes no sense. It's just hard work, and it makes your bed dirty. So I think the fact that they've actually increased the height of the bed to have better storage, I think that's a great thing. It's good. It is confined compared to the Jpod. I'm a bit claustrophobic, and it was always a fear when I went to Jpod that I would get a bit claustrophobic. This for me is a very small compartment, where the Jpod, I guess I'm allowed to sit up, and it's just a little bit different. But you know, there's lots and lots of X's in the Jpod group now. They're very popular, but I'm really pleased that Jpods listen to the consumers and increase the height of the bed to have better storage on this unit. Good work. So that's our comparison on the old models to the new models. So pre-2021 models have got a lot more features than the newer models. The new ones have got its own complete set of new features as well. But I certainly, if I was on the market now, I'd be looking for a really good quality second-hand Jpod that's pre-2021, because I think they're made better. I think the design is so much better, and you'll see as we've gone through this video, you can see the differences. They've reduced this, they've done this, they've got rid of the water compartment. You know, the ruling is about the batteries not being under the beds anymore. I get it, but they haven't thought about where they're going to put the battery. I'm going to try maybe today or tomorrow here at the show to have a walk around, have a look how other companies have found solutions for the battery. By putting the battery in front of the wheel, where it's going to get ripped off the first river crossing where there's a rock going up the high country here in Victoria, you know. There's got to be a better solution. You just have to have a think about it and do it better. But look, I love my Jpod. This is not a bash of Jpod, because ours is 6 years old, still going strong, still got the Darty warning on it from 6 years ago, but we certainly like the old shape. The only thing is, when the Jpods were made available in 2017, when we saw it in 2017, the Outback wasn't available, and I would have jumped at the Outback because we do four-wheel drive, and I think the independent suspension on the Outback would have been really cool, but it wasn't to be. But I did undersling the axle on my Jpod Sport, gave me a bit of height. I found on this one here, but I'm banging my head already. On my Jpod Sport, I don't. I'm 6 foot. I'm 183, and I don't bang my head on my own Jpod. but on the stocky here it does. So it's definitely worth having a look at underswinging the axle, particularly if you're tall, getting that extra height. Anyway, this is Trev. This is another Jpod comparison. I hope you like it. I hope you get something out of it. And I'll do a whole bunch of footage on my Jpod, which I haven't done yet, but I'll mix it in with this. But this is at the Melbourne Caravan Camping Show 2024, in front of the new model Jpod Sport, Outback and the X. We'll see you guys on YouTube. If you like our stuff, please like and subscribe. We'll try and give you the, fairly balanced review, because there's no bad idea, no good idea. It's your idea. Anyway, this is Trev, Dirt Road 4x4. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks very much.